Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alpha Wisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria, and this is lesson 125. We're going to be talking about minor lines and markings. We'll be talking about different types, and I'll give you several examples in the weeks to come. Interchangeably, I'll always include some discussion of the major lines. Okay, so let's begin with this one. It's called Fantasy Lines. Let's take a look at them. See these lines here? Okay. These are horizontal lines, a series of short lines that are thin. They're not thick, they're thin. Now, don't confuse these with a broken off section of the heart line, because we've talked about the floating line. This is not floating. Floatings would usually be curved. These are straight, short, thin lines, okay? These lines give a need to escape into higher realms and a frustration with concrete reality. A person with this marking is sensitive and idealistic with a particular drive to get out of their heads. Negatively, this might mean through alcohol or taking drugs, or in being so idealistic and dreaming, the person just does not want to engage in life. Positively, though, this line gives a tremendous capacity to imagination and can make for an inspired artist, maybe a web designer or a person devoted to a spiritual path. These lines usually are seen on those that seek a new form of reality, be it spiritual, cultural, virtual, or visionary. They're always drawn to unusual lifestyles and will seek a strong partner, more earthbound than themselves, or as a sort of anchor. Okay, so these are fantasy lines. They usually appear in more than one. All right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, we will take this line. See this line? Now, we've had much discussion about a line that appears below the ring finger, and immediately we think, oh, that's an Apollo line. But unless it penetrates through the heart line, it's not it's not a real one, okay? But let's talk about this one because many people have this line. They may have more than one, but they're always vertical thin lines, okay? So this line is extremely fine and runs vertical below the ring finger. Nearly everyone has a section of this line above the heart line, but it doesn't have much consequence unless it penetrates through the heart line. If there's a clear, fine, straight line, we're still talking about this, okay? It shows a kind of inner contentment. That's why I have the word here, contentment. People with this line have developed an ability to withdraw from life into their own inner space. It shows a drive to seek peace and quiet and to love one's personal privacy. This marking is always a sign that someone spends a lot of time contently alone. The line develops when people can become completely absorbed and sort of forget themselves in a particular activity. And this is usually in some meditative process. For instance, spiritual healing or practicing art or therapy, okay? However, also it's found on those that tune out the world in more mundane ways. For example, gardening or walking the dog. It's an important marker on the road of spiritual development. Okay? So that's it. Do you have one in your hand? Okay, that's all right. Let's go to this one. Now, we've talked about a straight line firm that is referred to as a warrior's sword. That's the Mars line, but it indicates a temper. Too much energy there, because this is the aggressive part of the hand. But this line that we're talking about right here is usually present in some broken form, scratchy form in most people's palms. So look carefully, you may have it. It's found between the web of skin just below the top section of the lifeline. Only when you see a clear, unbroken example, at least about an inch, inch and a half long, should you take it into account. It gives extra energy and passion, a drive to push oneself, and tendency to admire courageous exploits. Individuals with the clear line, remember I was talking about the line that represents maybe a temper, usually enjoy sports and challenges. Okay, so even if there is the line that says you might have a temper, you might have control of it too. That energy gives you the desire to want to go for a challenge or perhaps play sports. Okay, now we've covered these. Let's take these at the top. Okay, all right. These are horizontal lines, 2 or more on all the fingers. Okay, and these are horizontal lines. Horizontal, going across. All right, that's stress. That's extreme stress. You'll often see these horizontal lines on your fingertips. That's why I place them there. If there are only 1 or 2, it is not that important. However, if there's a lot of these on all the fingers, it shows extreme stress. It's common to see lots of these on women during menopause or girls growing up puberty age, and also on the palm of a man undergoing a divorce. So it can be on male or female. So if you have those there, it's just telling you there's some error there, or it could be endocrinal system. There's a disturbance in the system. So whenever markings appear on the palm, they're just not there just to be there. It's just to let you know what is going on. All right? Well, that's it for today. If you understood this lesson and you like the lesson, by all means, give a thumbs up. Excuse me. And thanks, and of course, subscribe, and maybe you would like to share this. Have a great day, stay safe, and of course, be happy. Until next time, bye.